As small business owners, we work really hard to create assets. But how do you make sure that those assets are protected? Stay tuned, we're going to talk about that. Hi, welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about how you can keep your assets protected. My name is Pantea Fozouni with Palm Desert Law Group, and this is a subject that we talk about pretty frequently with our clients in our office. You work really hard, to start a business, to grow a business. You get to a point where you have some assets that you've worked really, really hard for. How do we make sure that those assets remain protected, and how do we make sure that those assets remain separate from your personal assets as well? So asset protection is a topic that comes up a lot and that can be kind of confusing for people, and I like to simplify it. I like to think of asset protection as separating what you own into different buckets. So if you have all of your assets, your house, let's say a vacation rental you have, let's say your bank accounts, your business vehicle, your personal vehicle. If you don't have any type of separation and everything is in one bucket, if something happens, and with life in this litigious country that we live in, if something hasn't happened, that's awesome. Chances are sooner or later something is going to happen. If you have all of your assets in one bucket and you get sued, there's a judgment against you, or if there are creditors after you, those creditors would be able to access everything that you have in that single bucket. So it doesn't matter if it's business, if it's personal, if it's your personal home or whatever, everything is fair game. But when we start talking about asset protection, we're talking about separating out things into different smaller buckets. So if you have a small business, let's say you sell shoelaces, and everything that's related to that business selling shoelaces is in one smaller bucket. So we're talking about, let's say, the building that you own to manufacture those shoelaces, as well as the delivery vehicles to send them out to all of the various clients. If those are in one bucket, and then your personal home that you have with your wife, as well as your personal bank accounts, are in a different bucket, if something happens related to that, your business, any creditor would be limited to everything that you have in that business bucket. And so that personal bucket you have is going to be completely safe. Or vice versa. You have friends over, maybe not friends, but you have someone over and something happens and you get sued at home, then you at least know that your business bucket is going to be safe. If you have multiple businesses, if you have rentals, if you have different things, it's going to be important to create other buckets so that we can isolate different assets. So if something happens to one smaller bucket, all of the bigger buckets and all of the other buckets are protected. I know it sounds probably both complicated and overly simplified in this video, but I promise it's something that is very easy to understand as long as you work with someone who's experienced within this area. And that's exactly what we do at Palm Desert Law Group. We walk you through your particular situation and we create smaller buckets of your different assets so that if something happens with one, all of the other ones and the bigger ones are protected. So contact us and we're happy to walk you through your particular situation and advise you on the best way to make sure that all of your assets, personal and business, are protected the right way.